Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the Twitches. My name is Justin, aka Dad, and this is Coding with Dads. Hopefully, Richard will be joining us a little bit later, maybe Kevin again. We are back for night 2 of Halite programming. We really don't know why we're doing this. It's kind of fun. It is insanely addicting. And if you've ever thought you could program a better AI for a video game or something like that, this is your chance. Halite is 100% free. You can pick whatever programming language you want to program in. It is quite the cool little game to participate in. So, we've got our own little team here of Math and Science Academy. That's the high school I work for. Of players or whatever that are getting in there. And last night we left off with a few things, and I could not resist updating a few things today. I had to make a few things. Hey, Soccer Dude, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to what we're calling affectionately Coding with Dad, or Dads, because Kevin and, well, Kevin's not a dad, but Richard is, and he joined us all of last night, and hopefully will be joining us again tonight. You are welcome to join us too, Soccer Dude. This is a great way to learn to program. This is what we're going to be doing in Computer Club in the coming weeks. If you want. Otherwise, you can just kind of watch and see how it works. We're going to recap a little bit of last night here real quick at the beginning so I can talk through some things and what I've done today when I wasn't doing work that I should have been doing. So let's just talk where things are at. So right now, rating here is kind of your ranking, if you will, in the ladder system. Higher is better. So right now I'm sitting at a 47.6. I have not yet crossed the 50 barrier. I'm really hoping to get there tonight. We'll see what happens. But I also feel like a lot of the changes I want to try tonight are likely to ruin it. If we look a little closer at that data, we can see what's been going on here tonight so far. 47.44, I guess. Officially rank 105. This bot that is currently running is 48, and we are on bot number 9, which I believe last night when we left off, if we look at the analysis, the last bot we launched when we went to bed last night, which was like 1:25 in the morning, made it all the way to rank 65 because not as many people were playing, and a score of 44. Or no, actually, this wasn't the one we launched at 1:25. This is when it got retired. We launched one at 1:25 on stream. That one made it to 46.92, which was great. And welcome Richard to the stream. And ranked 75.
Hello.
And when we left, I'm kind of in the middle of the recap, so
I'll
I'll be with you soon. When we left, we had implemented. What was the last thing we implemented last night? I don't even remember.
We just were trying to get a bot to work, so we had one hunter bot.
Yeah, one hunter bot, and the rest were kind of doing their random thing.
Random four corners.
Yep, going for their target. So I'm going to jump into my code here just to talk about what's changed over these last few bots. And actually, I think I already have the editor open. I do.
And I have a bot up now.
Yes, you did. We showed it here. I didn't really call it out yet, but you're at 45.1, right on my heels. So I don't know. You should probably start streaming and explaining that too. But I don't know how we do that because I can't show. I don't have a way to show your screen right now. We should set it up so you can stream to me, so we can do like picture in picture or something.
Nah, it's all right.
But
I'm the secret dark horse.
Yep. So there are really only three changes I made to my bot today to try to get the rank up a little bit, and some of it has helped. Some of it didn't have the impact I thought it would. And I'll talk through them real quick. The first one is I added something that you and I were seeing, Richard, in all of the high-end bots, which is this idea that at the end of the game, it's perfectly acceptable to destroy your ship over the top of your base, as opposed to waiting for them to like get off the zone. So I added some unsafe movement if moving onto the base towards the end of the game. And I gotta admit, this works surprisingly well. I like watching the spike in Halite that you get right at the end of matches because of this. But I'm not always getting as many bots out onto the field as like maybe makes this worthwhile. But that was one change, and we'll talk about that probably a little bit more as I start to refactor some of this code probably tonight. The other thing that I changed was some of the spawn logic. And I've been through a few iterations of this, and I'm still not sure I'm entirely happy with the logic. Initially, I set it up so that
Mm.
my bot I would always spawn. Well, for the first 40% or 30% of the game, whatever number I was working with at the time, would spawn a bot like it always had. And then after that point, for the next 30% of the
Well, you
game,
try to play catch up.
well, yeah, for the next 30%, if the opponent had, I always wanted to have one more than my opponent. That was the goal, and so I put that code in place, and it sounded like when I play against myself, it would work great.
I
But
see where the problem comes
yeah,
in.
but and when I would go into 1v1 matches, it typically worked out pretty well as long as I was keeping pace in terms of Halite
Where do
collection.
you calc most ships?
Well, yeah, hold on. The code you're looking on the screen is no longer what I'm
Oh,
describing here. So
okay, sorry.
yeah, I followed that logic to its course until I got into a 4-player match. And what I've quickly discovered is there are a number of really bad bots out there that simply generate ships all day long, whether or not it's good for their
Yep.
Halite.
Uh-huh.
And so what
You're subscribing yourself to the worst strategy available, kind of.
well, in that specific scenario, which sadly enough in a 4-player match happened more than you would expect.
Mm-hmm.
I would think more than you'd expect. It would happen, and then my bot would get dragged down with it. And sometimes it would be okay because they wouldn't be able to keep up with it themselves because they would like jam up their own base or whatever. But most of the time, it dragged me down lower than I wanted to be. So what I ended up doing was going backwards just a little bit, and instead of basing it on who has the most ships, I based it on who's winning and how many ships do they have. So if the person in first place has 8 ships, I want 9. And I also added in this little padding of 1,000, just to I don't consider them winning unless they're beating me by 1,000. That's kind of my mindset.
Sure.
And so it works. It definitely works better than simply just stopping spawning after 30% or 40% or some magic number. But it's still not quite. It's still not quite right. There's and the other thing where I get into trouble, and this is one of the reasons why I kind of want to step away from this bot tonight and start moving towards or trying something completely different. One of the problems I run into is if I get into particular a 4-player fight, and one of the players is playing insanely aggressively to destroy other people's bots. Which I have come
I
across.
haven't seen any of that. I don't know, even like without looking at all the logs, I don't know how I'd even be able to find one.
Well, so
just random luck.
Well, and actually, it got called out. It gets called out in my profile, and I'll show you this. And this is how I discovered it. So one of the cool things under analysis is this nemesis's thing.
Sure.
And I went and looked at. So here's Nasty Bit, right? And so Nasty Bit, I remembered from last night because they were in a match with me that I got completely destroyed in. But you'll notice I have a 75% loss rate against this guy. And if I go back to my game logs and I just look for Nasty Bit, he's generally in here. So I think this is him. Yep, here we go. You'll note I lost this match wholeheartedly. Let's go see what happens. And Nasty Bit has a bot that does get... Now, this isn't definitely my worst loss just based on the graph that I'm seeing, but Nasty Bit has this way of getting into my ships and just... Yeah, and actually you can kind of see right here, yellow just starts hitting pink, or, well, I guess I'm red, but he starts attacking pink to some degree, and ships are just getting... Like, you'll get to the end of this match here, and I'll show you. Nasty Bit has 13 collisions. I have 9. That, whenever I get into a game where collisions get up to this level, I start having trouble. It's not always that way, but pretty much ends up being like that. So, yeah, that's one of the downsides to this methodology, and
he didn't go after green, it looked like.
Yeah,
as hard.
most of the stuff looked like it went after pink, but it definitely did affect me, and I don't know if that was just because my bots went on this diagonal and went after him or whatever, but um,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
I was just interested to see because you guys seem to have similar behaving bots
yep.
in a
The
way.
other the other thing that happened towards this
Hmm.
evening, and I would say more so this afternoon, just watching the games and kind of getting a feel for what's been happening. Not so much my bot, but I've been noticing there are significantly more bots that are doing things that are what I would consider to be aggressive. Um,
I
I'm
think
running it.
it's a natural evolution.
Yeah, exactly. I think as the game goes on, yeah, and exactly, JJ. You need to put guns on the ship. I agree. So with that, there are kind of two goals, and I don't know what your goals are for tonight, Richard, in terms of building, or if you're just going to try to step it up. I'm going to be focused less tonight, as much as I want to get across the 50 barrier. Um, I keep jumping around here. As much as I want to try to get to that point and spend the next however many hours it ends up being trying to tweak myself to get there. What I really want to do is I'm just gonna wipe this out. I'm gonna save it first, but I'm gonna wipe it out and I'm gonna start clean and build a very very specific bot, because I have an I have an idea in mind and I can't. Well, I could probably simulate it with this. It's gonna be too difficult to see whether or not it's actually doing anything. Um, in fact, I was almost tempted to create a second account, but I can't find any terms of service or anything to find out whether or not that's allowed. And since I'm streaming, I'm not going to risk violating terms
And
of
this,
service on
kids,
stream.
is why you have nicely organized code like mine. If I wanted to make this change, it wouldn't be very difficult.
Well, it wouldn't be, but I don't want to like. So this gets into the other change I want to start moving towards, which is having different states for the bot to be operating in, which is kind of what we had going at the end of last night with this.
That's what I was trying to get you to do, because
Yep.
you need a state machine.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
I mean I kind of have a really like crappy
Yes, you
version of
have
it here.
one based off of ID
Yeah.
rather than what it's technically doing.
Yep. But and so I could just keep generating this out, but even then I'd want to break these things into functions so that it's not one giant if statement and kind of make it a little bit cleaner all around. So this was a
Yeah.
good first. Let's spaghetti code the hell out of this. This next one might also be a little bit more spaghetti code because I just want to get it working. But
Yeah.
at some point, and I don't know if it's going to be a few nights away, we'll start.
This is
Doing
where I
this.
run into issues with like the mechanics, the syntax of the language. Like I know what I want to do,
It's not
right? I
getting it to do
want
what
to
you want it
have,
to.
yeah, I want to basically have classes, and each class be a state, perhaps.
Yep.
Or I should say I want ships to have a class, and then each of those ships also has a state. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I want those to be easily tweaked so they'd be in the headspace or the headroom of this code, and it would call them, and I could just configure them up there.
It's gone. It's gone. Uh.
Should do it
Yeah.
all in C++.
We could change. I don't know how well the online editor works in the other languages. We could certainly try writing in a different language tonight, but I'm kind of
Python's legit, but the other two scare me.
yeah. I mean, I was gonna mention this too. Kevin's not here yet, but Kevin mentioned today how he's gonna go and try to go multi-threaded with his bot, and I went and read somewhere on one of the FAQs or whatever that you can multi-thread all you want. It'll let you do it, but you're not going to see any performance improvement in terms of clocks because of how they have it built, which is kind of interesting. It's all in Google Cloud Compute, which I thought was kind of interesting. Okay, so
That doesn't mean anything to me.
it's just one of the cloud platforms. I was reading up on how this stuff actually like functions behind the scenes. See if you can set up your own bot or server at some point. But
I
not
do
tonight.
wish when I double clicked on a variable, it would highlight that variable everywhere in my code.
Yeah. Well, and we don't. I mean, we don't have to be coding in this editor. I'm doing it for the sake of it's what everybody else can easily get to without having. I mean, like there's no setup to
I
use this editor.
don't I don't hate that you can just start coding in the editor.
Yeah, exactly. And then hit the run button and go and watch it go. So
It's so nice.
okay, so here we have the generic bot. We're back here. It has been a long time since I've looked at this bot. Let me try to remember what we wanted to do in here just to make sure things make sense. So down here we have the if turn number is less than 75% of max turns. This is the one that I believe we switched to 95%. So I'm going to put that in back in place, right? Or no, this is the spawner. So this is the one I've
That's
been
the
running.
spawner.
This is the one I've been running at like 0.4 or 0.3, somewhere in that area. I'm just putting some basic numbers back in here. And then we've got our this one is the one that determines when we go home. And right now, if we're at max Halite, then we find our way back. I don't want max. I want 800 because I don't want to go home unless I'm near full. So 20 gets me to, right, 22 is half. No, I want 1.2. I've got it backwards. This is the one I want at 20. And then this last one here is the movement. And by default, we've got the random movement bot going on here. That's these 4 lines of code to just randomly move in one of the 4 directions. So if you were to, like, if you're watching right now and you want to go get like a bot that will put you at bronze tier, I'm pretty sure the changes I just made will get you there. Like, I think that'll put you in the 30s. So go sign up for a free account, join the MSA group. Even if you don't go there, if you're watching this, I make you an honorary member of the community. Then, run this bot so we can see, you can see how it works and experience it for yourself. In the meantime, it's time for me to build an attack bot. And this is going to be fun. So, I'm going to be referencing my other code all night because I don't like to think. So we need ship count again because I don't want. I'm going to have ship 2, 3, and 4. Well, only 2 in the event that it's a 2-player game, but 2, 3, and 4 for a 4-player game will be my attacking bots. I'm going to save ship 1. Kind of like you don't send, all your villagers in Age of Empire as part of your raid. You leave some of them back to keep doing resources in the event that your rush fails. Right? So that's my logic there. So we got that. And then we want the random bot. So how did we... I was using states. Should I stick to states? Do you think states is the better way to go here? Because that'll allow the bot. Yeah, that'll allow us to maintain state across the bot. So let's do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up one of these arrays here. So var ship states, and again, not perfect logic, just what we want. And that means we need to declare states when they come in. So that comes here. That's this code right here. If the ship's state is null, then we need to set it. We're going to leave, I'm not going to call it old, we'll call it default. Everybody's going to go default except for if ship count equals 2, then we're going to be, I should do max players right here too, I suppose. Well, ship count 2 will always happen, so this will be attack 2.
It says you have 10 minutes to install dependencies.
That probably... So, we haven't gotten into any of this stuff, and it's not... I don't know that it's really going to ever apply in the JavaScript side of things, but one of the cooler things about Halite is you can program in any programming language and load some things in that are kind of cool. Namely, and I don't know if you saw it while you were digging around in the settings, you can actually enable GPU access, which gives you access to an NVIDIA Quattro something or another. And on one hand, that's going to give you a huge performance boost to do certain types of tasks that NVIDIA has built into their graphics cards, and certain types of calculations. The downside of that is you have to know how to program it, and you have to load those things in. It also means your bot won't run as often because they don't have as many VMs running the GPU enabled stuff.
Wow.
But I don't think I could be wrong. I don't know of a way to do that in JavaScript because
Is it safe for me to say that's out of my league?
I'm
Well,
gonna say
you can.
right now it's out of
You
my league as well.
you could
But
the WebGL.
I don't know. I don't know if WebGL would be enough to trip because when you're programming at that level with the because I mean that's assuming you do it the way I think you would. That would be some pretty low level graphics card programming, I assume. As opposed to like so. In my head, that's the difference between programming DirectX and what you do when you program a Bitcoin miner. It's two completely different ways of handling a graphics card.
Sure.
But all that said, we've got like 2.5 months, and if we literally did this every night, by the time we got to January, we might be at that point. Like I'm remembering things from college that I haven't I haven't had to use in forever. So this is energizing to me in more ways than one, which is awesome. So I want to try to code.
I wish I knew what you were talking about, but my college was not this.
Well, you're not. Yeah, you're not a CSI major.
No.
Okay, so we've got the ship states. So we did it down here before we get into the move function. We're gonna leave the move logic be. So if ship states, and I think I had this up higher. If ship state, I'm just gonna roll with this. If ship states ship ID equals attack 2, else. There's something about the way this editor tabs that isn't quite right for me. I can live with it, and it's probably because I'm not doing C standard. Like I put my else ifs on the same line as the bracket, which isn't technically how you're supposed to do it. Okay, so we've got this now. We need to find. This is one of the questions I didn't know the answer to. Are we always player 1? I assume not, right?
Isn't it player 0?
Okay, let me rephrase that. Are we always player 0? I assume not.
It's a good question. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Also, I want to stress even more so that you should definitely be using constants that are in the constants.js file.
Yes. Yep.
Because
and we have
I feel yes, no, maybe so. I don't know. Maybe you have them, but
I mean, I've got them all over here from the default, but
sure. I feel like they're gonna change it. You know what I mean? Like in a month, they're gonna be like, "Boop, it changes." See if your bot still like slugs it out. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, and I wouldn't be surprised if there are some pretty big changes that come in later on down the road. For sure. Okay, so let me talk through my code here because this is the number of players here. We don't need to know that now though. So attack 2. We just need to make sure that we don't try to attack ourselves because that just won't work. So if there are 2 players, we want the second player. So I is less than num players I plus plus. And I think we can do this too. And I is less than 2. 0, 1. Yeah, so it'll either. That's bad logic. I don't want to roll like that. Do we have to iterate? If the first player is me, skip. else we want to keep doing what we were doing, right? So I don't care about this anymore. Yeah, so I'm just trying to think through some universal logic for the attack bot, right? So attack 2 needs to grab the second, or technically it needs to grab the first bot that's not me, which if it checks the first 2 players, regardless of whether it's a 4-player game or not, if it checks the first player and it's me, then it'll roll to the second.
Game.myid.
But I mean that'll give me mine. But how do I remove it from the pool?
What do you mean?
I need a good. I'm trying to think what the best methodology is for. If there are 4 players, I need attack 2 to go to this player. I need attack 3 to go to this player. I need attack 4 to go to that player. And it needs to never attack me. So I need to assign a player to each attack. This will work for this. This is not the cleanest of code, but I will make it
Well,
work.
I was in.
So yeah, it'll go to num players. I can do this too, and I is less than 2. So like I should use a. I just keep thinking I should use a while loop.
A while loop?
Yeah, while player is not equal to player, increment up until I hit myself or hit the bot that I want to work with.
You can just do a continue if it's yourself.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I can then go right back in.
Or you just have an if condition inside that nothing's on the outside. It's not ideal, but it works.
Yeah, my brain is just not liking me at the moment. Stayed up way too late coding this thing last night. Okay, so we're not
Yes.
gonna do anything here. Then otherwise, we're gonna use the code that we use to get to our own base, which is the code to go home. I'm full destination. Yep. So we're gonna grab. Except instead of the destination being myself, we want it to be game dot players dot get dot shipyard dot position. So that will get player I's position as long as it's not me, and go. I think that's right. Does it have to be a safe move to get onto another person's base? Or sorry, can it be a safe move is what I'm trying to say. I don't know.
That's a question.
It's a question. I don't know either. I don't know why. We'll do this anyway. Don't care about last position line because that's from the old bot. Okay, so in theory, in theory, the second, let's run this. This will be very very interesting if it actually does it. I'm going to put it on a 32 map size. It's going to play against the current bot. My current bot will only do safe moves until the very end of the game. So in theory, if this does what it's supposed to, my guy is going to rush my normal bot, and it crashed. So let's see what I did wrong here. Line 28, that's up here. Ship count. Oh, did I not ever... If ship count, if Is it just the extra paren? Yep. Save, run. Gotta love debugging. So it'd be funny if like this bot could literally completely stop. So the second that this turtle here should be making its way to red somehow, but it's not. Why is it not? Did I never increment ship count? I'd never incremented ship count. These are little things, people. Little things that you have to do. Anytime you add a ship, ship count increases. We run it again. So JJ, I don't know if you're still watching. Have you started a bot? Okay, let's see where this guy goes.
This is me shaking my head loudly. I guarantee he has not.
Oh, why not? This is right up his league.
Yeah, but he's busy. He's got life.
That's fair. Oh, you know what? I gotta make sure that the bot running to the other end of the board doesn't care at all about going home.
Not only does it not go home, but it needs to understand when it needs to eat so that it can continue walking.
It'll do that automatically because I didn't remove the logic for what causes it to wait, which is this divide by 20 thing.
Yep.
So that should be just fine. If I need to tell it not to go home though. If greater than that, and this is the one. So, and ship state is not equal to attack 2.
Is there any reason I can't put stuff above the game.initialize?
No.
I don't know if I need to.
I mean, my guess is it won't run.
Why?
Well, like what would you anything that would need to analyze the game?
Right. I don't need that. I'm creating classes and functions.
Yeah, no, that you should be able to put up there, I would think. I don't see why not.
I could also do it low because they get hoisted, right? So it doesn't really matter.
Yep.
Although it depends on how you define the function, whether it's a literal or whatever, something.
See, I don't feel like this guy quite understands the concept of
Go straight to the enemy's home.
yeah. And I don't have a random movement. Yeah,
make one bot. Just limit yourself to one bot for right now.
I could.
There's no reason not to, right?
Okay. Like make them all fly over there?
Oh.
Well, that's
literally only build one bot.
Oh, that's no fun.
It's easier to track to understand if he's screwing up for some reason.
Yeah, but we'll see them all fly over there if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Every single one will go over there. If ship states ship ID equals attack 2, then num players game map navigate ship destination. And it's not running. Why ain't you running? Keep running, and running. There we go. Well, this just looks like a raiding party. I'm going to let this one play out just a little bit because I'm kind of curious.
But it takes them a long time because the safe move prevents them from moving until it's guaranteed the spot's cleared out.
Yep, which we can...
I want to see... I'm halfway through. He's eating.
He might be...
He's eating a lot.
I think he's stuck probably because, he's at max energy. So, which... That's another thing that I'm not sure if my other bot ever really countered in. So let's get away from that because let's do this.
If you want to make them as fast as possible, you just put in to make sure that they can move. They can cover the cost to move out of it, and then just tell them to go. Rather than mining, they only mine when they can't move out of their square.
Yep. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add this to be an actual conditional here. If ship state is attack 2, and I'll put else if ship state is not attack 2. I think I'm screwing up the code here. And we need to check to make sure we have the resources, like you just mentioned. Which brings me back to this line that I just removed. Okay, so this is the normal random code. Let's put some comments in here so I can remember this. Normal random code. We'll call this code down here, run, Forest, run. And then, so if that, and we need to make sure that they have enough to move, which, I mean, technically we don't. If we send, the only problem with sending a move command that's invalid is it won't move, right? It'll show up in your, it'll show up in the log as they didn't move, and that'll be that.
What do you mean by invalid?
It'll give you a little note down here saying you tried to execute a move and didn't have the resources to do it. Here, well, let's just see what happens with this. I have a feeling, yeah, I did something in here that probably wasn't right. Let's 81. I failed to close a curly bracket. Or more accurately, I closed too many curly brackets. Save, run. Tabbing is your friend, people. If you aren't tabbing, learn to tab. Tab will help you know if you've closed all your curly brackets properly. So yeah, if I go down here through the log, I bet there's a whole bunch of, yeah, warning. Entity 9 was directed to use 10 halite to move east, but only had 0 halite available. Okay, so they've all run. They waited patiently. Uh-oh, we had a collision. That's okay. Okay, he's sitting here. Now, this is where it's going to get interesting, right? So if I pop this out, let's go look at how this works. Because normally, my bot here would be screwed. My V9 bot, and that's exact. I mean, look at this. It held my bot that typically gets 30,000 to 0 until the very end.
Because of your sacrifice code.
Because of my sacrifice code. So the question is this. How many people do you think are out there right now in the game using safe movement and don't intentionally allow for collisions?
I
bet there's I bet there's a lot.
A lot. Right now, I currently don't. I would get hosed by this.
Okay, so evil. Now I got to make it so he wins. So we made all the. We're gonna go back here and we're gonna try to go back to having just one attack ship count. And this is what I did wrong, right? I put my states inside the while loop. God, beginner mistakes, people. Beginner mistakes. We're gonna save this. This is like, I feel like I should just throw this bot up there as is and see how many people I can tick off. Like,
well, you don't send all your bots.
No, I only need to send one. And he's going right now. Rush. It's a rush. Wait. I'm just going to wait. Get out of my way, please.
Oh, did you change your code?
Oh, no. He crashed.
Okay.
Oh, no. Okay. I need to send 2.
That happened last time.
Yeah. I need to have it back.
In your previous. Send one east and send one west.
That's tricky.
Although I suppose that they might hit each other. Do you safe move onto their base?
Yes.
You do.
Yeah. So My logic there is if somebody's already sitting there, I can probably just let them block their own region, and I'll just sit here and wait patiently.
Until they move off, and then you can jump on.
Yeah, holy crap. My green bot just beat my top 100 bot. This is so wrong.
That's easy to fix, though.
Kind of.
You just make sure you keep 1,000, and then you spawn a bot when someone sits on you.
Can you spawn when somebody sits on you?
Yeah, in your spawner, you're checking to make sure it's not occupied.
Interesting. So always
I'm the
have
strategy
1,000.
guy.
Hold on.
Yeah, I like that. So Kevin, are you watching this?
I just got here.
So my
Hello.
my top 100 bot just lost to my insanely stupid bot.
Yeah. Oof.
It's beautiful. It's so mean. But yes,
Oh,
Well, it's
wait. Oh.
Yeah, it's certainly a case you just have to account for.
yes. But I want to know how many people aren't accounting for it. So here's what I'm going to do. I need to code it up so it can handle 4 people now.
Yep.
Also, why is there not a second bot just sitting and waiting? Oh, because I never got to 4 bots. Why did I never get to 4 bots? Because
More bots?
this bot is really bad at... Okay, I'll come back to it. So...
You just can't get any resources.
Yeah. Can you simulate a 4-player game? Like, is that an option? Opponent bot? No, I don't think you can.
You can do it locally.
Locally, I'd have to set up a work area for myself.
Set up a node area. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? As much as I kind of want to... Oops, that was the wrong button. As much as I kind of want to launch this bot as is into the wild, I am going to work it into my old bot now that I've got the code.
Good idea.
Okay, so we'll add it here. Else if ship count, I should just use the same code. Ship count equals 2. I keep using the wrong else if syntax for JavaScript. Then ship states ship.id equals attack.
So, here's a question. If I was going to make a list to keep track of a bunch of different statistics on a ship-by-ship basis, I'm doing it right now with like 8 different lists, right?
Okay. So
I'm using the idea.
These arrays.
Yes.
Kind of like we used to do in the 89 or 83.
Very much so.
Yep.
So if I wanted to instead use an object, right? And so the object would have a template essentially of various properties, and I would want to keep track of those properties. That's basically replacing what I'm doing, right? That would have to be, I would have to know all of those properties also later in my code, right? So that's technically what we call loosely coupled. And so every time I update, I want to keep track of a new property, I have to go find in my code where I set that property and specifically call it out and change it. Right?
I lost you somewhere in there, but what
Yeah.
you said sounded right.
Yeah.
I always feel like there's faster and better ways to code than what my brain immediately goes to.
Most of
And
the time because
that's
there
why-
probably is, and you just don't know what they are.
That's why I was asking.
But see, this way, if you do it while you're on stream or something like this, and code it up and then share the code a little bit later, I can load it up on the screen, and then somebody can say in chat, "Hey, that dude should have like done that in 3 lines instead of 25," and I'd be like, "Yeah, we're crappy coders, but thank you, we'll make the change." And then we all learn. We all win. Everybody wins. Okay, so if ship state, attack 2, I think that's good. Endgame still runs the same. Safe move. Let's just simulate this, see what happens. We'll pop out the replay. So this bot should be absolutely devastating to the bot that I have running right now. Oh, not as devastating as I would have thought, though. Because it's not doing what I told it to do? Yeah, it's definitely not doing what I told it to do. So that doesn't do me any good. Where'd my code go? There it goes. Got too many windows. There we go. Okay, so what did I miss? Because I didn't name it attack 2, I named it attack here because I changed the name. And it shouldn't be called I'm full. I'm full is right here. This is let's be mean. Save, run. Okay, here we go. Let's see if the bot will finally be mean. We'll pop out the game here, pop out the replay. Here comes the turtles. The second turtle should be running. Look at him go. He's running to the other side of the field. He gets in the way of that guy. Get out of the way. Dang it. We lost that one. Okay. So we're going to abort. We got to run it again. I want to see one where it achieves the mission objective.
Well, so I was thinking about this, and I was thinking a better, and more endgame strategy would be to get drop zones around the enemy shipyard.
Why did he move off? Why did he move off? Oh, something's not right. Because there's still the random code. Stupid
He's
random
like,
code.
nom.
I'm gonna let him win. I'm just gonna abandon my post.
Nom. Hungry hippo.
Okay.
Where's the hungry hippo?
Let's try this again. That was embarrassing. He was in position to win the game for everybody. Okay, sorry, you were saying there, Kevin?
So if you were to put drop zones and turtles around the other opponent's drop zones, if they do decide, oh hey, we'll just beat it once and then go again, anything dropped goes into your drop zone, and then you'll just put a turtle there.
Yeah, see, look at here. Good example. This bot just completely killed my normal bot. Because they can't get around it.
Until the end.
Until the very end when my guys switch to suicidal mode. Oh, that's awesome.
Alright, you just gotta upload that code and see what people do about it.
Well, see, I'm gonna change the game for everybody.
Well, Justin did take this advice. He did see a few other people do this. So they're out there. I've encountered a couple.
I haven't seen anybody rush it, though. I haven't seen somebody just right off and be a jerk.
I don't think the one that kind of looked like it was rushing me was really taking the slow train to me.
Yeah, so I kind of want to get it so that I have all the bases covered, though. Nah, just player 2 can be screwed. Let's
just
submit.
Do it only. Oh, you should have just only did it in 2-player games. Do you do that?
I don't. That might have been a good idea, but I like the idea of just screwing over the second player.
Can you submit it so it only goes for 2-player games?
I can put an if statement if number of players equals 2.
Oh, I'll be right back. Someone is screaming.
Oh no. Okay, so let's head out to the leaderboard here. My bot will have reset, so I'm no longer going to be in first position here.
Do I gotta see this?
We gotta wait patiently here. So that other bot did officially, while we wait for this to happen, we did officially, this is now bot 10, and we officially ended at 47.37, so not quite as good as 8. I forget what the difference was between these two, but I'm not sure 8 would have finished here if I would have given it like 20 more games. It had a few quirks. So let's just let's see what happens here. Games and logs. Reload the page.
You haven't had games for 20 minutes?
It looks that way. So I should have one coming up here pretty quick. Kevin, how's your bot doing? Richard's beating you right now, according to the leaderboard.
I've never uploaded anything except the starter bot. So
Well, that inherently means you're being beat.
yeah, I am being beat. I agree. I'm not saying I'm not being beat, but I'd also like to point out my user ID is 420. That doesn't mean anything, but
How did you get that lucky?
I don't know.
Just spaced it out.
I
Also,
guess I did.
Bluebee, if you're watching, I want to know who you are. I don't know who you are. I hope you're watching, but I'm kind of curious as to who you are. Let me know if you're playing. And where are the rest of the people in stream that are watching this? You could be. You should at least get a bot that can beat Kevin. And right now, with those changes I showed you at the very beginning of the stream, you would have a bot that beats Kevin's bot. So you could like jump on stream and be like, "Yo, I'm better than you, Kevin," and then Kevin would be like, "Yeah, I haven't uploaded a bot yet."
Oh god, I have so many notifications.
Ah. Ah.
I'm still waiting for you to get a game. You haven't gotten a game yet.
Well, gotta entertain the people while I wait. Oh, I got a game.
Oh, you did. Oh, you got third.
I'm okay with that. But let's see what happens. So I'm green. So I'm attacking red. The attack is on, everybody. The attack is on. Oh, look at red. Look at red's bar. They have nothing. They can't. Oh my gosh. This is so mean. Now, the real problem with this particular strategy on my current setup is probably that I'm now over-generating bots, which is why mine never takes off here.
Yeah. That makes sense. Except, yeah, you should figure out how many bots you have at the end.
Okay, let's just jump to the end. Yeah, I mean, look right there. I mean, right here is where I know I have a problem. I've got 20 bots running around.
Compared to how many on the other side?
And I'm still trying to build more.
Dang, yeah.
Yeah, and when did he finally clear it? It finally clears when my guy hits endgame mechanics. Because I didn't remove the endgame mechanic, and he tries to go home.
Dang.
Which is fine. So, okay. So we need to make a few tweaks. We're gonna change.
Oh, you should.
We're gonna lower this number just a little.
Your second player match, your 2-player match that you lost. Why can't I
lost
can't
a 2-player match?
Yeah.
No.
I can't see your replays for some reason.
Rich was having that problem earlier too.
Yeah.
I did lose.
Oh, I'd say clear cache. That'll probably solve it. But you did win one, but you lost one.
He runs over. Oh, he never makes it. That's the problem.
Oh.
Yeah, so this guy was not doing safe moves.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so it's not gonna help me against people who are
Well, no, he wasn't. He was doing safe moves. Just he didn't realize
I was gonna run
that you were. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay, so let's get this upgraded real quick so that it can handle, that it can handle 4-player games a little better.
So the thing I'm trying to figure out that I haven't been able to find is if there's anything that code that gets kicked off when a ship dies.
You could
when a collision occurs.
You could check your list and the count would be 1 less.
That or have an array of ship IDs and then.
But it won't wipe out the ship ID. It just won't ever get to it.
No.
What? No. So you have a list of ship IDs, and then you keep every single turn matching ship IDs.
Yeah. You have to manually do that, though. That's what I was getting at.
Yes, and I was wondering if there was a piece of code that gets kicked off when the ship dies, like,
Not that I know of.
like a callback that you can hook into.
What? Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Because that to me is not necessarily language agnostic.
Oh, by the way, Kevin, there is very specific language. I mentioned this earlier in the stream before you got here. There is very specific language that says multi-threading will get you nothing.
Oh,
But
really?
if you really want to be cool, turn on the
Multi-thread.
GPU and you can go all GPU on us.
Oh no, that I think I get less games on GPU.
You do.
Yeah, which is tragic.
But you might win more. You never know.
With no.
Hmm.
Good joke. You won your 2-player match.
No, I'm watching Justin's bots be stupid.
Um,
I accounted for this stupidity of mine.
You have.
yeah, congrats.
The rest of the world must adapt to me.
Yeah.
No,
managed,
not this thing. Not this thing
No.
yet. No, this is not accounted for yet.
You managed to take out. You always take out 4th place, but then you get 3rd because
Right.
everything else about your bot sucks. But that's okay.
What do you mean?
If it's the bot that's doing better than you.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I'm just.
Stop being mean to my bot.
Although, if I go to view profile and I go to analysis, my nemesis is
I do like.
KL fourth wind guy is my second.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Why?
I lose to you like 70% of the time.
Dang.
Yeah. Doesn't make any
Wow.
sense.
I'm just better.
Because I'm ranked so much higher than you.
Yeah, wait, whoa, what?
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably because when you were with your Python bot, I was just lucky because it was starter bot v starter bot.
It was the starter bot.
Yeah, and then you moved up, and then you can't fight me anymore because I'm already down here.
Mm.
So I'm.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, okay.
I'm just still waiting for a challenge to occur, which it hasn't.
Yeah,
Can I
don't know
challenge
why
you?
they're. You can.
Oh
but
yeah,
they
no,
don't
because there's
run.
the 2 in progress. Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't run. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. They need to fix that.
They do. I agree. Justin, did you include those jerks in this one? No.
Hold on. I'm about to.
I like how
step up
there's-
my game.
Oh, my bot did get better.
Submit.
Each time my bot got
Oh, I
better.
probably should have ran it first.
It'll give you
I like
errors.
that you can see the history of your bots, the
Me
versions.
too. Okay, I did submit it. It ran. We're okay so far. So,
Oh, nice.
although I didn't factor in the fact that a 2-player game doesn't have anybody to go after, so bot 3 is now. Damn it!
Oof.
Where is that logic? I have that code in here somewhere. How do you get num players?
You're winning your games.
Yeah, but I shouldn't be. Let's.
Can you change your logo?
You have to have a GitHub account, and you have to
So-
be linked to GitHub.
Get a GitHub account.
Justin
num
is-
Players is.
Wait, when is Justin's bot uploaded?
I need to submit a new one.
You've run so many freaking games already.
Yeah, it's
These
because
things run them
Yeah.
so fast. I think they're set up to handle a bigger group, and they
I'm pretty
they
sure
don't
there's
have a lot of
level-
players right now.
Yeah, there's like a level bias or something.
Okay, submitting this bot because that last bot definitely should not have been submitted.
I should
Okay,
do homework.
Let's go look. Play, learn, leaderboard. Okay, guys.
Jeez, Justin.
What?
Bot 11 only got to play. Well, you have 12 versions, sir.
Yeah.
But my solid 1 version.
How am I supposed to learn if I don't look at the data? Okay, let's go look. Let's go look at the horrible
I'm
thing.
not saying you shouldn't learn.
So bot 11 immediately started off at 38.43, which is kind of nice because who knows what actually happened there. Bot 10 was the
Like
one
one
that
game.
Bot 10 was our first attempt at the I should like document these somehow. Like, let's do that. New bot 10. First.
What if you need different? So it doesn't change where your ranking is when you submit a bot, right?
It does and it
does.
doesn't. It resets it back to 8, but yeah, it's a modified ELO algorithm. It's interesting.
It's a true scale algorithm. Well, algorithm. I'm pretty sure mu stays the same, but then sigma goes back to its like high 3 point or 5. I don't know, but the rating is determined.
3.
Sure. So the rating is determined by mu minus 3 sigma. So since sigma's reset, you're thrown down to 8.33.
I'm just guessing that's probably around the ballpark where it starts.
Well, that's what showed on Justin's screen just now. But he's played a couple games probably.
What was bot 9?
He hasn't.
First
No, he
edition,
hasn't.
So
A mistake.
bot 11 was a mistake.
That's
why you always run your code first, people.
Yeah, actually though.
Bot 9 ran for a while. Bot 9 was the what did we change in bot 9? That was the suicide bombers. Suicide endgame. Endgame edition. There we go. Okay, and I'm not going to worry about going back further than that for the moment. But I'm going to start logging this. We'll save this as bot log. Bot log.txt. Okay. Everybody at home, start logging your bots. It's just advisable. You got to do it, man. Okay, so have we got a game yet? I got to go see. Click on me, reload, games. Still
Click
0.
on me, click on me.
I got to set up, so Kevin, I haven't looked into the resources they provide. I know that, people have made custom viewers to look at the games offline. I know that there is a way of running the games offline.
Mhm.
Is there, a... Can you recreate this interface, like the entirety of the interface, on a second server?
What?
Could I'm assuming that this engine right here that's rendering my code is happening on their servers as well, right? This isn't happening locally.
This is happening on a Google Cloud.
Yeah, exactly. So to speed this up even, could I run it against myself somehow? Is there a way to get this entire engine?
Yeah, I mean,
It's all is it all open sourced?
Yep. All the code should be open sourced.
Where do they? Well, I'll look for it later. I don't want to deal with that tonight.
It's just
okay. We got a game, guys, and I came in last. That can't be good.
Darn. Tragic.
Let's see what happens. So,
you air it out. That's what happened.
I did air
if there's a red bar underneath your picture, it means you air it out.
A red bar underneath my picture. Where do you see red bar underneath?
If you go back to when you click on the number, you had a red bar underneath there. That refers to
you totally air it out.
Dang it. Okay. Well, now I need to run a bunch of simulations.
You air it out pretty early too.
Yeah.
See, this is the problem with not being able to simulate 4, because I'm sure whatever the error is,
sure,
it has something to do with 4. So
I swear, Doctor, the problem's with 4.
How do I get it to listen?
You sound like a crazy man.
J. Maybe I need to put the word var in front of J. That might be a good idea.
J equals 0.
J plus.
Yeah. What if you just
2J?
Yeah, I was having fun scoping issues using const var and let in various areas. It was telling me you're an idiot, and I was like, I know.
I know already.
Okay, so Kevin, you know more about how to test these things. How can I test this? If I suppose if I download it like this, maybe.
Well, you can Well, you can download the JavaScript environment.
Yeah, you
I
can also
technically have
he
it.
downloaded the bot. So extract. Oh, you're 8 seconds ahead.
So halite.exe, which is not included. So I need to go like get Halite or something.
Yeah, you download the JavaScript. Download this JavaScript starter pack and then just throw
Where do I find this?
Halite.exe under learn. Learn downloads.
JavaScript, Windows. I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
And then I'll grab
x86.
this. Let's see what this looks like. We're learning something together, people. This is how you do this stuff offline, apparently. So we open this up. So here's Halite. So then I can drop my bot onto this, I bet. So if I come back over here, I'm just going to go like this, paste it right here, replace files in destination. They've been replaced. I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to just copy this 4 times because I can, and we'll set this to 64 because I can. File save, file exit, run game. What happened? Goes into replays? Yes, so there's so then I need the HLT viewer. Error, communication with bot, broken pipe.
You can go. Oh, you aired?
I did. It looks like, well, but let's look at the replay. Oh, that didn't help. So
You probably got to turn 1.
There's an online.
In the forums, there's. What does this look like? Ooh.
Yeah, there's that other viewer.
I have it.
There's a place to
Flooring?
upload one, though.
Yeah, you can upload HLTs.
Yeah, Flurry in here. Where do I...
It should be on GitHub.
Yep.
Maybe.
Got it.
I got it from their website, though.
Oh.
I trust GitHub.
GitHub is best.
So run. Nope. Edit. Electron. Interesting. That doesn't help me. I'll read the README.
You gotta get Electron, I guess. I don't know. I haven't used that one.
If you have NPM and Electron globally, I don't want to do that. Building. I don't want to do that either. So Richard just downloaded it from...
No, it's not. It's not real.
Really?
I have HLT client. It's all Python files.
Oh. I mean, you can watch them online.
I do have an offline Windows.exe. I'm scared to click this.
Do it.
Where'd the game log go? I think it was in here. Nope. In here. Maybe. Yep. Okay.
Oh, yeah. This opens up a thing.
Spawn it to me.
It made it to...
I can toggle developer tools. Ooh.
That didn't help me at all. And it didn't run it as 4-player either. They should allow you to simulate a 4-player game, people. If you can't simulate the 4-player game, what are you supposed to do when you have a bug that only affects the 4-player game?
Can't you, crap.
So I mean, I have 4 parameters, but that's not, and it didn't like the node. I probably don't have node installed, which is probably part of the problem. Although it did get that far, and I do have node installed, so that shouldn't be it. I'm gonna edit it one more time. Extra space right there. That's not the one, but you never know. Save, exit, run, open, replays. Did the same thing. Problem writing to pipe, no error. That is less than helpful. No error. Oh my, oh my. Let's see. Maybe I can just figure it out from here. So, is num players declared already? It was. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to remove that under the assumption that it's complaining that it's already declared. We'll remove this one too. Save. There really isn't a way to test this, huh?
There should be a way to run a 4-player game. Does 2-player game work on there?
On where?
On the running
Go
it
to-
locally?
I'll go check. Edit. Back to 2-player game. File, save, download. I need to download this version of the bot. Copy. Bring over to here. Paste. Replace the files. They're all replaced. Run. Run anyway. It looks like it aired. The file's even smaller than it had been. No error. No error. Yeah, so it's not working. Something else is wrong with... Let me try one other thing here real quick. I'm going to re-extract it. Not in this folder because I can't see anything. Extract all. And we're just going to run it as this.
Yeah, see if that works.
Oh, that looked like it aired too.
So something with Node.
Yeah, so Node is not happy. So let's back out and read the README. Run game, Windows, blah, blah. The Halite executable comes with blah. Yeah, that's fine. Starter bot, HLT. It doesn't say... Clayture, Haskell, Rust. JavaScript is not in this list. I don't know why anything would be useful in here. Yep, that doesn't help. So there was, let's do this. Let's run it by hand from the command line. And let's run game here. That way we can read what it says. Node is not recognized as an... Node is not recognized. So Node is definitely my problem. Do I really not have Node installed? I don't have Node installed.
RIP. That'll
No
do it.
problem. This is kind of a pain.
Darn.
Is there a specific version of Node that I need to have?
Probably not.
Node for Windows. Windows installer. This is not what I want to be doing on stream. I want to be programming and watching not my bot, watching my
Do
bot
stuff.
kick butt.
Don't watch your butt. Get the cool mirror.
Watching you get kicked.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
I remembered my Pepsi tonight. Yay!
Good. I've got my Diet Dr. Pepper.
Okay. Why is this taking... Where did it go? Oh. Next. Accept. Next. Don't install it there. Nobody likes that drive. Next. Next. Install. Yes. Woo! Look at it go! Okay, so... Running it offline... There's got to be a better way to run a 4-player game. Is there a way to test a 4-player game Node or Halite? Unofficial match manager for local testing. What is this? It's 2016. Third-party Halite projects. What is this? This looks like an old forum. It is an old forum. Let's just ignore all of this. Is Node done? Node is done. Let's see if Node works now as a command. Nope. Let's restart the command line and see if Node works as a command. It does. So CMD, CD, paste, D, dir, and run game. .bat. Oh my gosh, it's running. Okay. So we're going to stop it because I don't care. And then we're going to jump over here. We're going to find the latest iteration of the bot that I uploaded. I feel bad because I'm running an aired bot on the system. I got to get it out of the system, man.
Must get it out.
Oh, also, since you have an aired bot, your rank does definitely go down.
Yeah, I know.
Thought you might want to know.
You can get it back.
Can I go like manually retire a bot and just not have a bot? Is that an option? I don't know.
Let me see if I can retire my bot. If I can get to my bot. Oh no, the school is 15th. Guess you'll need to bring it up more.
Is
Wait,
that my fault, Mister? I'm in like last.
Rich
place
is
in
ahead of
this.
you?
I'm sure he is right now.
Also, you should be able to check your errors on your page.
Oh, Justin is dropping.
Yeah, right?
Entity 10 was detected. Why?
Oh, your Sigma's really small now. On the bright side, Justin, you have a couple of wins. And you're not erroring every single time.
You're just erroring whenever you're 4th place.
Well,
Huh.
correlation is not causation. I think perhaps he's 4th place because he's erroring.
My rank hasn't fallen that far.
No. He's 4th place in his matches because he's erroring. If he doesn't error, he's getting not 4th.
Correct.
Okay, so I just gotta get the error out of the system.
And if he's playing 2-player, he's beating.
Oh, sorry, never mind. Sorry, yeah, never mind. That doesn't.
Okay, so
Your,
I still haven't
your
figured out.
2-player win record is pretty solid right now.
Yeah, so that's what I gotta get this fixed. So let's.
You're such a dick.
How are you supposed to run? How are you supposed to run a 4-player game?
You just decimated Oink V1, man. You just decimated Oink V1.
You were running my bot.
How does he eventually score? Does Oink V1? Does he know the suicide strategy?
No, and I move off. My bot will move off right at the end of the game. Why? Because he thinks he needs to go home.
But he doesn't. He doesn't have.
This
so you have that problem in the code.
Oh, these are just errors. So maybe it is doing it right. So replays. So here's the replay. So I need to upload this replay.
Such a dick bot.
Wait, but that would mean it didn't err.
What do you mean? Yeah, sometimes.
You're not erroring every time.
You know, it's
even in 4-player. You're not erroring.
Yeah. Wait. So what does the error say on your page?
That didn't load. No. Okay, you want me to go look at the error on my page?
Yeah.
So view profile. Is that down here? Errors. Oh, I can download the logs. That'll be helpful. Download log. Errors. Why didn't you just tell me this before? I wasted all that time.
I did.
Entity 5 received 2 commands on this turn, but only 1 command is permitted. Well, why the hell did it get 2 commands?
Because you can
see that too, Justin.
No.
So.
Oh, that's the errors of your match.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, that'll solve it.
Not the replay.
Dang, he just. Oof.
How did it get 2 commands?
I don't know.
You need to stop your guy from moving off because it's more hilarious when they don't.
Okay, I can do that.
It's so punishing.
Yeah, this is funny watching you.
Sit, I'm random in game. If ship state is not okay, so that's been added for you, Rich. But I need to know how they're getting 2 commands. How is that possible? Else. where does this go? End ship. That's the loop for the 4, right? Yep. So that's all fine. So somebody explain to me how they're getting. These are all else if. So they can only possibly.
No.
No. You're right. Because the if I is less than num players and I is less than 2, so it'll go 0, 1, and it won't do both of these. So that it's not here. But
So
we can put a safety check.
you want a little tip that I did, whether it's good or bad, is I declare safe move or my move
Wait,
all the way at the top, and then I basically push one move per ship. So in the worst case scenario, it's gonna get it's not gonna get the move I want it to get, but it's only gonna get one move command per ship.
also, what is J? Oh, okay.
This is a really messed up way to make sure it gets the 3rd and only the 3rd. If J equals, so J has to be 3. J can't be 3 twice. It gets incremented right here immediately before, and the next time it'll get incremented right before that. So it's not possible, unless J gets reset, it's not possible for this command to get executed twice anymore. So I think I may have inadvertently fixed the problem. I don't know how, though. So submit. No, I should have ran it.
Dang it!
What?
It's like
you didn't even run it.
It's like
No,
you
it's
didn't
okay.
learn from
We're
the
good.
first time.
I know. I'm just so passionate about getting this bot out there.
I'm gonna have to put in an anti-Justin strategy.
Yeah, right.
Hey, let me have my night. It's gonna be my night to watch this unfold. And you gotta admit, it's a pretty ingenious strategy if it works. So bot 13 got game 1 and it lost. Let's go watch the game and see what happens.
You just gotta put the same strategy on Justin, and then you'll be good.
That's one way to handle it.
Justin can't handle it.
Wait, am I red? Yeah, I'm red. So red runs all the way over, doesn't get there, gets destroyed. So the strategy failed on this particular match. I'm okay with that. One match does not make a game-breaking strategy. Where'd the leader? I keep getting lost in the site. I don't know why. Okay, we gotta wait for game 2. Oh man, did my ranking plummet. But why? Why did it plummet so hard?
Because you probably errored out a number of games.
Yeah.
Like Kevin said, all the red underlines are errors.
How many games did I get on that last spot? 10 games, and of the 10 of my last 10 games, where's the red underline? Oh yeah, there. 1, 2. Only 2.
Oh yeah, go. Yeah, analysis, and then you should have all the error logs from your matches.
I have 4 errors, but they're not all in the last 10.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. This is interesting.
Could have been 2 to 4 errors. But yeah, your sigma's high too. So like,
I haven't quite figured out how they determine sigma, other than I feel like it's like when it knows it's a placement match kind of thing.
well, it's like sigma goes down every match that you have, and so basically it's divided by the amount of matches you have. But there's some nice statistical equation out there.
Soccer Dude, are you still watching? And if you are, have you made a bot yet? This is
Soccer Dude needs to hop on and join the party.
I agree. He needs to build a bot.
You can have
school tomorrow.
Yeah. We could have a Halite party tomorrow at school.
Oh, I gotta work, man, but
work at school.
Not quite. I would love to be doing that. I would love to spend. I mean, Friday would be the more likely day to do it. Spend all day Friday just coding bots. Stream. Full-fledged stream. I'm also thinking we could stream this Friday mornings. I don't know who would watch at 6 in the morning, but we could certainly certainly try. I need another game, please. Game 2, please. I want to watch my bot do its thing and actually succeed. I kind of want to let this bot run a little bit tonight and see how many times it actually manages to get a win on that. Because it's, I mean, I am technically sacrificing, like, the downside to this strategy is I am effectively sacrificing my first 4 bots, which maybe I should move it out to 6, 7, 8, and 9 should be my attack bots. But that's tricky. The path isn't going to be as clear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Interesting.
I'm trying to figure out how I can determine if my shipyard has an enemy ship in it.
If your shipyard has an enemy ship?
Yeah.
There's actually something for that in the API.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not specifically for an enemy ship, but you can detect if they're what is on a spot. And since you know the location of your home base, it will give you that.
I know, but I'm trying to figure out how exactly. So it's game map. Basically, how it determines if it's occupied is game map.get me shipyard.is occupied.
Returns
I don't want
returns
that.
true if there's a ship on the cell.
Nice.
But it doesn't. You're right. It doesn't return. So actually, you wouldn't use as occupied. You would use. You would probably just grab the game position. Oh, I don't know. How do you? You'd have to iterate. You have to iterate over all the ships. Yeah, you'd have to iterate over all the ships, looking for the one at that position, and then determine its player.
That seems wrong.
Yeah, because the ship has owner. I don't think you can say ship at position. Like there's no lookup for that. That's the map cell doesn't have. Oh, nope, it does. Map cell has a ship. So I'm assuming that the ship on a map cell, so if you know the position of your home base, then there should be a ship. Ship dot owner should tell you the player ID who owns it. That should work. As strange as that sounds.
Okay.
Kevin,
E.
you haven't submitted a bot for a whole day. Come on, where's your new bot? Richard, you haven't submitted a bot for 6 hours. You haven't submitted an entire bot this stream. I've already submitted 3. Where are your bots?
It's really hard to code while you're talking nonstop.
Actually, though, but
that's fair.
Yeah. And I'm doing homework right now too, so it's like extra hard.
You guys are just making excuses now. Okay, I got 6 games. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Win, 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 win. Of the last 6 games, I've won 4. Let's watch a few. Look.
Yeah, it's funny how dickish you are. What is your other bot doing? Oh, it's taking the long. Oh, yeah, I see what you've done now.
Wait, did you win?
Oh yeah, I definitely won.
Because they're not doing anything.
They can't. All their bots are jammed.
Well, this strategy's not going to last long.
Somebody is going to figure out what I've done. Oh. Okay, let's look. Let's reload the page again.
Is there any way for me to test against Justin's bot?
You can. No.
So maybe.
Are you saying the challenges aren't working?
Yeah, no, it isn't.
I know.
I challenged you like 3 days ago.
Yesterday.
Maybe yesterday. Sure, let's go with yesterday. And we haven't had one match with each other. Like, that's actually in the challenge.
Yeah, so if my bot makes it there successfully, this game I'm betting he doesn't get there successfully, or a lot of them don't get there successfully. Let's see what happens. Oh, that one blew up.
Oh,
That one blew
he
up.
sniped your dude. Was it accidental?
Yeah. And why didn't anybody go to this position? Is 3 not the right number? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I've never had 4 bots. Probably.
You have 2 ships, 3 ships, 3 collisions.
Yeah, but I need a 5th bot. The 5th bot is technically the one that'll go to yellow. But now I have...
No, you had one go to yellow. Well, I guess
he
they're
blew
doing
up.
Manhattan, so...
Oh, yeah, no,
I guess
3
they're
collisions. Yeah, I guess... Yeah, in this one they all lost. That's the risk. If they don't survive the voyage, bad things happen. Want another one. Oh, this bot... I'm going to have to let this bot run for a while now. This is just mean. It is
quite
awesome.
mean.
So, there was one other strategy, Rich, that I was thinking about implementing tonight. On top of my evil. So my initial, like, I'm trapped solution or whatever, I did the random thing, right? For, like, if they're stuck in a certain spot for too many turns. And I did want to do... I would like to get to the idea of having a traffic controller to make sure that, that kind of stuff doesn't happen. But the thing that crossed my mind in terms of strategy was the idea that if a bot is stuck for so many turns and can move out, just go ahead and collide. Because I would guess at like 20 turns or 30 turns that the death is probably worth it at that point. Just to free up the system. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah, I have a very rudimentary control system that doesn't really work. I'm just trying to decrease the random possibility. I only let my bots leave out one side.
You guys think they're gonna like flag me for unsportsmanlike conduct?
No, I think that's the whole point of the thing.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, you should have just... I mean, you could just keep sending... Never mind.
I could just keep sending more blockers?
More blockers, yeah.
Yeah, I could.
But I was going to say, like, mine some Halite and start mining Halite in their areas. Because then you get inspiration.
Yeah, but I still have to get it back. That's the...
Yeah, you have to get drop zones right outside of their base.
So that was the other thing I read in the rules that I didn't know. If you drop a drop zone, it takes the... So it costs 4,000.
Yep,
but it immediately subtracts the cost of the ship and whatever...
I don't think it's the cost of the ship. It's whatever's inside the ship and on the spot.
Yep, inside the ship and on the spot. That's what I meant. So...
Yeah.
So, I mean, potentially up to 2,000 off the cost of placing it.
Unless it's been a previous collision spot.
Yeah, in which case it could be even more. Which, that might be a good idea. That might be the strategy.
Justin.
You may have just said it, Rich.
I'm the strategy guy, but I don't think so. It's not a terrible idea. I think there's a threshold. You need to put spots where the cost of returning back to your base is higher, and a lot of that hinges on the number of turns remaining, because turns, I think, is definitely a non-zero cost.
Yeah, but you gotta... I mean, if you're thinking about collision spaces, there is a value to taking it... Like, if it's over 2,000, or heck, well, if it's at 2,000, let's just say that. If it's a 2,000 spot or higher, it's probably
if you're planning to build a drop-off at all, then that is a good spot to put one.
Mm-hmm.
because it allows for you to collect hate. Not only does it allow for you to do it for real cheap, it denies your opponents a lot of Halite. So that's the other thing is you may not necessarily always benefit yourself, but you may, and Justin Spot's the perfect example, harm your opponents.
Yes. Harm them. Make them feel the pain.
Apparently my game is bugged now. I don't know why.
Clear cache, reload.
Control, refresh.
Yeah, control, refresh. Same thing.
No, it's definitely...
Oh my gosh, guys. I'm one away.
I'm away from what?
I'm one away from breaking 50. I have not broken 50 yet.
Oh, 50 rating. Nice.
That was my goal for the night, too. Break 50.
Wow.
Oh, no, yeah, just keep playing games. Your Sigma goes down.
Well, right now I'm still trending upward anyway, but...
Yeah, but if you... yeah, just don't upload another bot. Even up
I'm not,
some more.
I'm not going to upload another... but my other bot, I left there hoping it would get to 50, and it didn't. It leveled off at 47. That's what I don't want to have happen. I want to get to 50.
As long as you're not 4th place, you keep going up.
That's not true.
Yes. And no.
There's a point where that can't be true. If you're playing in a 4-player game with 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you take 3rd, you think they're going to let you pass 1 and 2? I don't think so.
Well, it depends on...
if there's a ceiling to rating?
Yeah, well, not ceiling, but it's probably comparative to the other people. So, like, if 1 and 2 go up, 1 and 2 are bound to go up if they win it.
Well,
and then you'll go up, but just not as much.
That's the question. Does 1 go up if 1 has 1? Does
1 should go up.
Does rank 1 continue to go up if they continue to win?
Yeah, last year, I don't know.
Because that would mean like today, if I had the winning bot and I started it, I could literally stay the win and could stay the winning bot forever. My rating is just going to keep going up and up and up and up and up and up, and nobody would ever be able to catch me. I guess when I lost, it would fly back to Earth, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's hard to say. This is the boring part. 49.43. Come on, guys. Take me to 50, man. I should go get ready to retire this bot just so I can watch it get to 50. Or so I can record the 50. Well, let's go look at the code and see what we can make a change to.
Yep,
we talked about changing path routing. What else could we do to just make a small improvement? Maybe, how big of a change do you think it would be if it was ships 3, 4, and 5? Any idea? Don't care. I'm going to save it, and as soon as this bot levels off, as soon as it breaks 50, we're going to try 4, 5, and 6 and see what happens. Because that'd give us 2 bots to gather resources with at the start. We get 5 bots pretty dang quick. But it puts us on I think, a better path for them to potentially get away. Oh, come on. I want to get to 50. Did I lose both Richard and Kevin? Did they both leave me? They're still here, technically. I know they walked away. Let's watch this game. Came in second. Let's see what happens. I'm betting the person who came in first is the one player I didn't hit. What do you know? No poop. I couldn't get to no poop, which is on the diagonal. I wish I could... I gotta, like, reprogram him to walk the diagonal. That's kind of the... That's kind of the issue there. And and Pink had a lot of... He had a lot of drop zones. Interesting. So I got to give some thought at some point here to how drop zones will work.
Hey Justin,
yes.
Sorry to interrupt. I was away. Is it possible for me to get your code?
Yes.
100% of it?
Yeah, I'll give it all to you.
I have an idea because I want to test, but I have no way to test against you because the challenge system's not really working.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna submit my current.
Well, yeah. So yeah, there are two ways you could do it. You could actually, can you do it in here? Starter bot self. So yeah, if you're just gonna test online, you'd have to upload it and then re-upload yours. Although no, because it'll only let you test against the previous.
Which is why I submitted my current mod, and I
And then
was just gonna
you're just gonna run it in
drop.
your. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I see what you're saying. So you're not actually gonna submit mine.
No, I'm not gonna copy. I don't even want to take any of your code because it's cheating.
That's fair.
I just want to be able to, test.
Yep. And you can. I mean, I give everybody who's watching permission to steal my ideas. I mean, for me this is fun. Like I'm trying to beat myself, and if it happens to mess with the rest of the world, great. But I'm just gonna try to figure out how to send this to you.
Email.
Yeah, that's easier said than done at this exact moment. Give me a moment.
You don't want to.
Stream.
You can
Put
just
the
put
Minecraft with Dad. There's the Minecraft with Dad logo. We're not actually Minecrafting, but Richard needs me to hide the screen for just a moment. So I've hidden the screen while we wait for more games to run. Uploading to Rich. I'm sending it to your Gmail, my friend.
It would be cool if you could have like bot widgets where you could just like drag and drop almost, and they would just spawn specific behaviored bots.
Yep. It blocked the JS
things.
for security reasons, so I'm compressing it. Hopefully it will
Gmail did?
still blocked for security reasons. Let me
Plain text?
Well, I labeled it a JS file, but I'll change it to TXT.
I was just going to say, you can just put it in the body of the email.
Well, now you're just outsmarting me.
Strategy guy. That's what I'm here for.
Yes. Okay. Message sent. Minecraft with Dad logo going away. Crazy. I didn't. Crap. You just have to do it quickly. There. I don't know. Whatever showed up on stream. I don't care. Okay. Where are we at? As it broken 50 is the question. Back to the profile. 49.43. I just need one more game. Maybe two. We're so close, guys. So close to breaking 50. And then I can submit. What change did I just make? Oh, yeah, I made it 3, 4, and 5. So.
I'm nervous right now. Oh, god damn it.
Did it still block?
I don't know. We'll see. You still beat me by 2,000 Halite, which is not a good sign.
Uh-oh. That was weird. Uh-oh. That was weird. I was kicked out of Halite. Uh-oh. Did I break Halite, guys? Did my bot break Halite?
What?
Is it working for you?
Oh. I'm in the editor.
Oh, Games Feed just started up again. Games Feed is running. Error. I got logged out again. This is the account I'm using. Okay, I'm back. Oh, 17 games played. 49.82! Come on.
Interesting.
Come on.
What the heck?
One away, man. One away. I said that before, but now I really believe it.
What? Weird. I don't understand how to explain. This makes it even your strategy even worse or better, depending on how you look at it. Okay, so you want me to tell you what's going on here?
Yeah, because I can't see it.
Obviously. So you got a turtle sitting on my base.
Here, actually,
And
can you download the replay?
what?
I don't know. Like if you're, I think you have to do it from the pop-out viewer, and it's
Pop out viewer.
Or actually, just send me the link. Can you send me the replay link?
It's on demand, so no.
Like even on the pop-up viewer, you don't have a link at the top, or can you just copy the link at the top?
No.
Really?
Yeah, it's no.
Let me pop out replay on. Oh, you can't. And there's no way to export it. What's this one? Record video
Okay,
of
so I'm
you.
gonna
What's that do?
talk. I don't know.
Recording. That's weird. What is it doing?
Recording. I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So your robot is sitting on my base. Your robot currently has 132 energy.
Okay.
I'm back.
Okay. My base has 965 energy. My turtle, my robot, has 835 and is sitting outside my base. And I have code that says if an enemy is sitting there, die. Crash yourself into home base.
Okay.
However, he does that. There is now 965 energy still in my reserves. So the energy in your robot and the energy in my robot just disappear.
It didn't fall into spawn?
No.
That's weird.
I feel like that's a bug.
Did it maybe show up a turn later?
I'm going to watch on the pop-out viewer to see if it behaves different.
This game is just toying with me, Rich. It does not want me to get to 50, guys.
Let's see. Total Halite 14.2. They crash. It goes down 100.
JJ, I haven't seen Miles on Mumble or here. He was playing
Oh.
Overwatch earlier, but we haven't convinced Miles to play Halite yet.
Okay, I take it all back.
It fell into you?
Yep.
Good.
I was at... Oh, wow, that's weird. Okay, so when I do the pop-out viewer, it makes sense. My energy's at 0, and then they crash, and then it goes up to 965, which, okay, cool. When I look at the one in the game, my turtle is outside of the one in the editor, right? You know, where you have the code on the left. My turtle is outside my shipyard, and it shows 965 energy before it disappears. So it's almost like the timing of when the two little displays show the results. It's they're not agreeing, but the pop-out replay looks like it's got it correct. Why does why does everything kind of stink? I only have 4 bots.
What do you mean?
I'm just wondering if it has to do with. This is only one simulation, so I'll probably do more.
I hit 50. Okay, now I need to submit. Done. 50 has been saved. Let's go look at the. Let's replay the page here because we won't have it. Wait, why didn't it submit? Did it submit? Where'd it go? I can't tell if this is. Oh yeah, 3, 4, 5. Submit. Successfully uploaded. Okay, so then I back out to here, hit reload. 0 games, locked in at 50. Okay, so if I go to my analysis tab, I can go down here, and I should be able to see bot 13, 21 games, rank 80, rating 50. Yes! We have met our goal for tonight, people, with a bot that is just a jerk. Yeah, JJ, we know Richard likes to blow up bots.
Oh.
What'd I do?
No, my code is cannibalizing itself.
That's always fun. Destroy your own
Yeah.
ship.
I don't.
Okay, so here's where I'm at, Rich. I am thinking I'm going to wrap up tonight's stream because at this point, I now want to let this bot run for a while and see how long it takes for the world to adjust. And by a while, I mean like 24 hours. I could start coding the next thing that I want to do, but I mean, what is that thing? I guess we could do a little code cleanup. I'm just debating if I want to stop the stream here. I mean, I wouldn't mind showing some of your guys' bots if you guys had something uploaded that I could show. Like, is your bot playing right now? Like, can I go look at it?
Yeah, but it's probably killing itself right now.
Let's go watch a Rich game here since he's got one up here.
I need to I really need to figure out.
You won one? I'm gonna watch the one you won.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure. I mean, I hate to break it to you. I'm not sure you won this one as much as this guy lost this one. Yeah, he got stuck on his own. He blocked himself, which is even more impressive.
Do my ships kill themselves?
Let me look at the most recent one. Let's see. You had one collision right here. Who was it with?
If it's only one, it's not a big deal. There's 1 and 1, so it's not a problem.
You collided with red and green. Oh, and then you right at the end, but the end, that's what's supposed to happen. That's your end game mechanic too. You've got the same. Let's let all the bots die right at the end.
Yeah.
So okay.
I don't have anything. Do you have any logic that targets the bigger nodes?
One of my bots goes. Well, I should say that. I shouldn't say that. Let's go back and look at the code real quick. Every 6 bots go after the largest node. It was every 5 prior to tonight, prior to the changes I just made. But I needed to make room for the new bot type. Okay, let's go look at my profile again. Oh my gosh, why did it... Did I lose? What happened here? Yeah, so I sent it out later. That shouldn't have mattered. Yep, they collided. Oh well. That was closer than it looks, I think, on paper. I'm okay with it, though. Interesting, though. I want to see a 4-player game. Have I played one yet? Nope. I want to see if this bot makes its way back to 50. I like how I accidentally submitted it twice, and with 0 games, it maintained its rank. That's just wrong. This is awesome, though. Kevin, you still here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you uploaded a bot yet? Can we see a bot?
No, not yet. It's gonna come out tomorrow, 6 a.m. It's gonna get first play. I mean, it's gonna be better than you.
It's gonna blow your mind.
It's gonna blow you out of the water.
It's gonna take my bot out of the game, huh?
Yes.
Oh.
What does your bot do?
It mines Halite. It specifically mines it, not like picks it up or anything. It just mines it, and
There we
then
go.
it. That's how far I got already. Just it mines it.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
Just it needs to be tuned a little bit. Yeah.
Well, that was about a 2-hour stream, I think, guys. Because I now need to wait for this bot to run. I mean, I really could start doing some code cleanup, but I don't want to. That just sounds boring.
That's not fun on stream.
Yeah, I mean, it could be, but I don't really want to go through it right now, especially since I've got other things I could be doing. And I've
I'm gonna submit this.
What are you submitting?
Well, I had a problem before. Well, so I had this issue where I was trying to detect what the game, the player ID of the ship on my base was.
Mm-hmm.
And I did ID or game.my ID as the comparator, right? But I had ID both capitalized, which is undefined.
Yep.
So ship.owner was definitely not equal to undefined. Therefore, as if there's any ship on my base, it was getting kamikaze.
That should be so. Yeah, now that you've got it fixed, it should be better.
That's the idea.
Let's see. So I just gotta wait. Let's go pull up Richard's bot here real quick. JJ, when are we gonna get a bot from you? Soccer dude, when are we gonna get a bot from you?
It seems intimidating, but if you do the tutorial, it's actually pretty easy.
Too.
Oh, I tanked my rating.
Well, we automatically. I mean, we both did. I mean, look at.
Oh, because as soon as you submit.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sigma hits you hard.
Yeah. So I mean, right now it thinks you're a 45 bot. I mean, effectively, you're a 45 bot getting knocked down by 8.33.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm at the moment a 5207 bot getting knocked down by 5.14. We'll see what happens. But
wait, what? What is that?
I played 2 games.
Did you update your code, Justin? From when you sent it to me?
There's been one change, yes. What, Kevin?
If you're knocked down by 8.33, shouldn't you be knocked down by that 3 times?
Yes, I think so. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. No, right. It's good now.
Yeah, no, Rich, the only change I made is the version of the bot that I have here. I switched it from being attack 234 to being attacked 345. So bot 1 and 2.
Slight delay.
Yeah, 1 and 2 are now on Halite.
Alright, let's see if we can beat Justin. I don't think I can beat your mining. Your random mining is better than my random mining right now. Yeah.
Soccer, what are we doing? We are building robots that play a game of Halite, Allie. That is, we're building these little turtles that try to collect all the glowy stuff on the ground and bring it back to base. Or in the case of my bots, get in the way of the other team and just prevent them from doing what they're supposed to be doing. At least that's what we started doing tonight. We're getting a little bit mean. Am I in a closet? Close to it. I mean, I'm in my office. There's a closet behind me.
Sounds like a trap.
Yeah, a trap question. This is kind of true.
Welcome to Twitch.
Dude,
Yeah.
if you manage to mess up the tutorial, I'm curious as to what language you picked. Did you start with JavaScript or did you pick one of the other ones?
It works. My code works.
Also,
screw you, Justin, and your stupid bots.
So if he comes, he added a strategy specifically to defeat my bot, and yet I'm never going to play you at this point.
I beg to differ. You guys are pretty close in rating.
Well, we'll see where it ends up.
You guys could be fighting each other.
Mine has literally no intelligence right now.
Yeah, but if you beat
Justin, so
it's got very short memory, and it's told how to leave home base, and it's also told when to come home and die.
If you can beat Justin.
So Soccer Dude, I'm gonna do this just for you and anybody else on stream that wants to follow along here. Don't steal
Don't
my
sign
password.
into Google right now.
It'll be fine. So, I don't think my hands were visible. No, they're not. I'm good.
Oh no, 9 to 5 Studios
Why am I
JJ is
here?
gonna spam me with emails.
Python is the only language available for the tutorial, but when you go over to your profile, just click on the edit. Oh, you're doing it right now, Justin?
Yeah, I'm going to show it here. So if you're in the editor here, if it's the first time you've opened it, but if you're in the tutorial, it already selected Python. Select JavaScript. That'll load up the default JavaScript bot. But otherwise, you can go up to settings here and then say delete bot and reset language, and it'll take you back to pick a bot language. Pick JavaScript so that you're programming in the same language we are, and something that hopefully, if you watched or took part in any of the Computer Club stuff, will look a little bit more familiar, because this is more of what we've been programming in. And then here's what I want you to do. There's two things. First thing is I want you to change the values as follows, just because I've come to the conclusion they are better values to work with. Change the max halite to 1.2. Change this one to 20. Change this to 0.95. Then hit submit, and that'll upload your bot for the first one. And see, look at that. The bot took care of you, Allie. You can't be asking things like that on my family-friendly stream. It's just the way it is. And we've been married for 10 years now, so we know how to get things done.
I have 3 kids.
Yeah, exactly. We're good. So then the other thing you need to do, because I don't see your name, Soccer Dude, unless you're Bluey, you need to go into Edit Profile, and you need to change your affiliation to be the Math and Science Academy. So switch it from professional to high school and set it to Math and Science Academy, because we're that awesome. I'm not going to change it on this one because this account is not really supposed to be an account. I'm not using it for anything
Professional.
Yeah. So you got to do those two things so we can track you, and
yes,
that'll then we can all be friends, Soccer Dude, and then we can say you've got a bot, and then tomorrow when I see your brother, I'll be like, hey, your brother's a better coder than you are because his bot's winning games. So I wish I could see this data faster. 4281. Got a few wins here. This is looking good. I'm excited. I'm excited for where this is gonna go by tomorrow morning. How many games?
Man, my bot is so map dependent. He's bad.
It's inching up slowly, slower than I'd like, but I'm still pretty happy with it.
11 o'clock? Oh my god.
I know, right? This goes so fast. Well, that said, so Richard's got a bot that's up and playing at this point. I've got a bot that's up and playing. Kevin says his bot won't be up till 6 a.m. tomorrow for whatever reason. He's just slower than us. We're gonna hold it against him.
And if I meets Justin, it will still lose, but
I can't do anything.
At least he won't stop me.
Yeah,
I know. I need to give them intelligence.
It won't be as embarrassing as what this guy probably experienced. My favorite thing about this whole thing is loading up their graph and then just seeing.
Like, do your bots literally just go on the X in corners? Is that their thing?
So the first two bots are going out in a diagonal and then coming back. The bots 3, 4, and 5. Again, I'm talking as if it's a 4-player game. Bots 1 and 2 go out on the diagonal. Bots 3, 4, and 5 target the opponent. Bot 6 targets the largest source of halite within 20 squares. And then bot 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pick a corner and go for it. And bot 12 then targets the largest source of halite within 20 squares. Yeah, you can have a halite. Thank you. It's a Heil PR40. They use them at like KDWB and stuff probably.
No.
What do you mean no? They're pretty popular.
It's modern radio, man. They don't got any money.
Oh, I suppose that's true. Let's see who uses the Heil PR40 real quick. They've got to have like reviews. Look at this. The program director at WMTC Mountain Gospel Radio. He must be somebody big, right? I don't know. They listed him. In any case, you got me all distracted. I was trying to wrap up the show.
I do that very good at that.
No, I'm talking about Allie. Allie got me distracted.
Oh. Darn. I see how it is.
I feel like I should mispronounce her name more like Ali Dvorak, kind of like my cousin, just because she does the same thing. Can you have a bot? Yes. If you want a bot, go to halite.io, sign up, use JJ's email just to frustrate him because he's going to want to play someday, and then he'll be like, why do I already have an account? I can't sign up. And then, yeah, you can create your bot, get it added in, and it's a lot of fun. It's strangely addicting, trying to constantly build better bots. And with that, I'm going to call this particular episode of Coding with Dads. Such a weird name for a show. Yeah, and hopefully we'll be back tomorrow night around 9:30 Central. So look forward to seeing you guys. Have a great night. So long now. And